Hi everyone, this is Stephanie with Therap Services. We're going to take a look at how to enter ISP data from your EVV Check-in and Check-out using the Android mobile application. First, you need to ensure that you have installed the Therap mobile application on your Android device. You can download that from the Android Play Store, Google Play Store. It is free to install, and once you've installed it, you would use your regular Therap login information to access this mobile application. So I'm going to touch Login, and it's going to display for me a list of modules. I'm focusing on scheduling an EVV. So once I touch there, that will display an agenda list. This will always default to the current date. On either side of the date, the top middle, you will see a blue arrow. So you do have the ability to look forward a day at a time or to go back a day at a time. You can also touch the Today button at the top right to get back to the current date. If your agency has scheduled anything for you in advance, you would see that displayed here, like my 11 o'clock visit. I'm going to look at the self check-in button at the bottom. I'm checking in for a service that was not scheduled in advance. So when I touch self check-in, it will pull my date and time from my device. I need to choose which individual I'm supporting. This should just display the individuals on your caseload. You do have a magnifying glass. If you have a long list of individuals, you can start to type their name to narrow that down. Next, we'll select which program we're providing this service under. And lastly, which service is being provided. I will select the service. It already has my name displayed as the staff, and it will default to billable yes, so we will leave that as it is, and touch next at the top right. This is going to pull your location. You do have to have your location settings enabled. It will not let you check in unless you have that function enabled on your device. Your location has a drop down, so if the house number street address is incorrect, you can use that drop down to find something that may be more appropriate. Keep in mind that GPS is not 100% accurate, so it is okay if that address does not display correctly. You do have a comment box if you need to leave any explanations about that. You cannot change your location, so when you're ready to check in, you'll touch that check mark up at the top right. And now my check-in has been successful. When you create a self check-in, it will appear in your agenda list, and you will see that the color to the left of the individual's name is orange. So that is a cue that you have checked in, but you have not checked out. So we have started this service, but we need to finish it. And when we finish it and check out, it will turn green to show us complete. I'm going to touch on this visit with Ava to open that up. This is where I could see my previous check-in time. I can also see ISP data for service. So in order for this to display in your mobile app, your agency or administrator would need to do some setup steps prior to your check-in. So they would need to configure the ISP program and connect that to the service authorization in order for you to enter ISP data from your EVV. Once that setup is complete, after you've checked in for that visit, you will see that option for ISP data for service. So I'm going to touch there. This is a new service, so it's pulling up my ISP program acknowledgement. I have not acknowledged this ISP program before, so I will need to acknowledge that before I can document. Down at the bottom, you'll see that acknowledge button, and we'll need to confirm that we've read, understood, and are going to accurately implement that program. Once we've acknowledged it, it will take us to our ISP data collection. you'll notice that there is an EVV section, and this is pulling the start and end time, the check-in and check-out time directly from your EVV visit. So you are not going to have to put in a time for your ISP data. We're just going to look for those task scores that we can add. And I would go through and complete my documentation for my service. Once I've completed those, I would touch the arrow at the top left to go back, and it will give you a total of how many task scores you've completed. So I've done 6 out of 6. I do have a general comment there if I need to leave any other information. And I'm going to touch the check mark up at the top right. I do want to submit this ISP data. So now I have completed my ISP data documentation for this visit. This still shows as an incomplete schedule, that orange line. That's because I have not yet checked out for this visit yet. You can complete ISP data anytime after check-in. So even if you've already checked out for this visit, you could still come back in and complete that ISP data for the service. If you needed to make a change to your ISP data that you've already documented, you can touch on ISP data for the service, and it would open for you to see that. You could delete that if you needed to, and re-enter. You also have a comment. This is a great place for you to leave any explanations about your time. If there was a missed checkout or you checked in late and you had an explanation, you could use this comment section. I am going to go ahead and check out for this visit so you can see what that would look like. Again, I can just swipe if I'm back on this list, swipe to check out. And that visit would turn that green color to let you know that that is a completed visit. Your ISP data does have to be entered from this EVV service if it is connected to your EVV. You would not be able to enter this ISP data anywhere else in Therap since it's been connected to your EVV visit. Hope you found this helpful. We have many other videos available on how to use the mobile application for EVV. Please let us know if you need any assistance.
As always with our Training Academy courses, after you've taken this course, you can reference it at any time or rewatch sections as needed. If you didn't pass the quiz the first time around, we're not going to penalize you for retaking the course. We want you to get this right. Thanks for watching.